Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Lauren Gell, and welcome to the video. So, you might notice that I'm in a different setup, and I'm not going to say I look different because most of the time I'm not wearing makeup. Let's be real. But, I'm on my floor because I am moving in a couple weeks. This update came very fast, and if you are any kind of military family, spouse, whatever the case may be, you understand when they tell you you're gonna move, you just have to go with it for the most part. So, today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I am going to do a makeup collection tour. I'm not gonna do like a declutter because I do that pretty frequently. If you look back at like past videos with like project pan updates, empty videos, I tend to declutter like a couple things every month just because I like that process a little bit better than doing like a sit down, go through all my makeup, because I just don't want to hold on to stuff. So that's not what this video is. This video is simply going through my collection. If I do wind up decluttering something, great, but that's not the intention of the video. And mainly, I am going to be packing. And when I say packing, I mean all my makeup is going to be going with me because we're putting all of our household goods in storage. So that means that I don't want stuff like my consumables to sit in storage. So technically they pack like canned goods and stuff too. But I'm not doing that because I don't want them to pack canned goods that are going to sit for months in storage. And granted, it's in the wintertime, so it'll be colder. Same thing with makeup. I don't want my makeup to sit in storage, right? I want to have it for content for just those purposes too. So, I just figured while I was packing it, basically it's going in a Walmart bag because it's going to go in my car. I figured I'd show you what I have. So if you're into those kind of videos, makeup collection videos, then definitely stay tuned. Bear with me, this is my first kind of like vlog style situation. I know I did a mid-year declutter back in June, so I'll leave that video linked down below if you're interested in like a bigger declutter, but keep in mind I am like very, very, very beginner content creator situation, so that declutter wasn't even like as massive as they could be, but it was a pretty good one. So if you want to see that, I'll leave that down below. But also don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Do all those things to help me out. I love that you're here, and I would love for you to stay around. So don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos from me. And yeah, I think that's all the updates. You'll see this shirt in another video because I think I'm going to do like a moving vlog because there's a lot of parts to it. So, yeah. Anyways, let's dive on in. Every time I say dive on in, I think of Roger from American Dad. When he gets a bar. It's a whole video. It's a whole vibe. But now I just can't say dive on in without being like dive on in. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I'm sorry. Go watch the episode. But anyways, let's dive into this. Okay, I am filming with my back camera, so I'm sure the quality of video is already better than what it usually is, because your back camera is just superior. This is my eyeshadow palettes. Very full little drawer. This is just a Starlight 3-tier plastic container. And eyeshadow palettes, I think I have like 26 palettes, but a lot of them are smaller palettes. Basically, I'm gonna show you as I pull everything out. So with that, I know right off the bat, this, my Project Pan palette, sneak peeky, I have a little baby pan. A little bit tiny guy right there, but it still counts. So, I am obviously, this is going to go in my go bag is what I'm basically going to call it. So I think what I'm going to do is just show you what I have, and then we'll build, ignore my fingers, but we will build the bag after, because I think that's going to be easiest for me. So obviously, like I said, oh my God, I'm going to drop a lot of stuff too. I got this. This is definitely going to go in the makeup bag, but just want to throw that out there. I'm just going to start back to front, but the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sugar and Grunge palette. I love this guy. Super colorful. It's my most colorful eyeshadow palette. I just love the curation of shades in here. I love that you have like a row of pastels, a row of midtones, and then these very deep, deepening shades. And then you have these beautiful shimmers on bottom. So this is like a go-to for me. I did film a palette bingo using this palette. I think I'm going to try and get it up after this video, so definitely stay tuned for that. It was super fun and challenging and a hot mess at first, but we figured it out. The other one that I have from The other one that I have from Blend Bunny Cosmetics is the All Done Up palette. This one's like grunge inspired with a little bit of glam down here at the bottom. I love this guy too, not as much as the other one, but I do get a lot of use out of this one. It doesn't look like it because the shades are so pigmented, but I do have this one and I love this silver at the bottom. Very fun. My baby, my holy grail, the Danessa Myricks Lightworks Volume 5. This was 2023's holiday launch. I love this palette. This is like super fun textures, super glittery iridescent shadows. Like, look at that reflect. It's insane. I love it. It's so beautiful and I can't get enough of it. This needs to look like it's more used than it is. I need to share the love with this palette because it was so expensive. Then I have all my Natashas. We have the Yucca. I love this guy. This is my Shrek fantasy. I mention Shrek almost in every other video. It's a problem, I know. Natasha Denona Retro Glam. This one's like a cool toned pinky green palette. I actually really like this one and it complements my blue eyes really well, so it's a win for me. Retro. This is my fave. Look at those little pans. I did make this I don't know what to call it, but like a project pan situation. I did basically a project pan in the last quarter of the year because I was like, I really want to finish stuff up. Did I actually hit that goal? I did not, but the attempt was there. But I did hit the goal with this palette at least, and I'm super happy that I was able to because I love this guy. This is still my favorite palette from the brand, even though it's not my most, it's not like the one that you would think would be my favorite, but it is. Then we have the Natasha Denona My Dream. I have this one rearranged, but I do really love this one. This is the one that I recommend to people if they want to invest in one of these palettes. This is the one I think you get the most bang for your buck because you get different formulas. You get a couple of her signature cream to powders. You get a trio chrome. You get some of these like beautiful satin shimmers from her. This like new formula. And then some like traditional like really wet emollient that was a bad example. Emollient metallic shimmers. And then the last one's also like a fan fave of mine. This is her newest one, I think. Second to newest one. Because she came out with a purple palette. But this is the I Need a Warm. Very warm, but still a little bit more muted. It's like neutral leaning warm, if that makes sense. Because there's no cool tones in here, but there are some more neutral shades to really balance it out. And I love this as a go-to warm palette because I find that I don't love a lot of super warm eyeshadows anymore. I wear them and I enjoy them, but I love a good go-to warm palette that's more neutral based, if that makes sense, and that one's perfect for it. I have a couple ones from ColourPop. Wild Nothing. This is actually a really fun one for me. I do love this little guy. And then the Sweet Talk palette, which I like the warm pinks in here, but I don't know if I need this one. So this one, come spring, if I don't use it, will probably go. Because I have this little mini Natasha. This is the Biba, another little baby pan. I love my little baby pans. This is the mini Biba. This is like my go-to peachy pink palette. It's just easy to go and grab and use. Never disappointed with the looks. And then same thing with this one, the mini Retro. I love this little guy. It's so cute. Very groovy. And she's a fave. Oh, and the last Natasha Denona. I have a lot of Natasha. This one's the newest one to me. The Hyper Natural. Gosh, I cannot read. Hyper Natural Face Palette. This one has a bronzer where it has 3 different shades in here. I mainly use these two and mix them for the perfect shade. This is a little too warm for me, but I feel like in the summertime, I could make that work. I love the pinks. I love this as a blush. I swirl them together. And then each of these are like its own eyeshadow look. The idea behind this palette was like a one and done eyeshadow. And I really enjoyed it. I used this shade for a Mocha Mousse Pantone Color of the Year eye look. So if you want to look at that video and watch it, I will definitely leave that link down below. Super fun. These are more like cream shades from her. They're not my favorite formula, but I do still like this palette a lot. The other Too Faced palette I have is the Aptly in Love. I am so proud of myself. So this is what I mean by waiting to invest on an eyeshadow palette, because you won't have to invest as much as you would at like when it first comes out. So let me explain. So this palette, right? It's the fall release from Too Faced. This is what it looks like, a very fall-esque. I really, whoops. I really do enjoy this palette. It's oh my gosh. I really do enjoy this palette. It's super, super fun. Beautiful. I know that even though it's a fall palette, I can still use this pretty much all year long. Minus maybe like these two shades down here. This palette is $50+ and I really liked it when it first came out, but then I held off on it because I was like, I don't know if I want a palette that's like a fall palette. But I waited and I waited, and then I saw this in store when I went and picked up some replacement items or replenishment items, and I swatched it and I was in love. So then I waited and I waited, and then sure enough, after Christmas, it went on sale for like $25 or something like that, and then I had, or no, it went on sale for like $21, $22, and then I had like $20 in Ulta points, so I essentially got this for like $1, $2. And I love that I got this for that price. Well worth $2 if I do say so myself. But I really like this packaging too. I'm happy that they listened to their customer base and went back to the tins. Mega by Mario. This is the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. I really like this guy. You got these like fun toppery shades, some neutral cool tones in here. This gunmetal's beautiful. Not worth $70. I still stand by that. And then I have these two. This is my go-to neutral palette. This I love so much more. And that's the reason I'm actually painting the Born This Way palette, because if you look at them, both have neutrals in it, but this leans more neutral. This leans more warm-toned just from looking at them. I know with this one you get shimmers in there. I still really love the matte formula in here, but when it comes to an everyday palette, this is what I go for. I really like this guy. Well worth it. I got it on sale. This is not worth $50. Do not pay $50 for this bad boy. I got this for like $30 and I love it for $30. And then this one's new to me. I haven't used it yet. This is the Master Metallics. Again, I got this for like $30. I really like this little guy. Like I've been swatching it, as you can tell. Haven't found a reason to wear it yet, so maybe I'll do that here one of these days. But it's really pretty, like, jewel tones, and I feel like that's going to pair so well with the neutral palette I just showed you, as well as any other palette in my collection. I've got this one from Patrick Ta. This is the Rose Gold. What is this? Major Dimensions 2, Rose Gold or something like that. You get two creams down here. It comes with a little door. I never use those. They're way too pigmented, but I do love all of these. I love that these two are like more of like a toppery, shimmery texture. The mattes in here are beautiful. If I want a rosy toned palette, or a rosy toned eye look, this is what I go for. And again, I got that one for like $40, not the full 70 or whatever. I have 3 from Anastasia. These are the 2024 holiday launches, the Spice palette. Super, super fun. And then the Sugar palette's actually my favorite. Just these really pretty fun, like toppery shades in the center. And then Sultry, I love this guy. Very well loved. I feel like I would love to pan this guy. This is a go-to for me and a staple in my collection, and I'm so happy they brought it back. Any kind of variation of this, I will take. I got a couple more. This one from Kylie. I don't know if you can see the font on there. There you go. You can see it right there. Very reflective. This was 2024 holiday launch. It's just some toppery shades, like glittery toppery shades. Can you see my finger? I really like this little guy. It was only $24 and it was well worth it. I use this a lot. And then the Moondust Urban Decay palette. This was the Sephora exclusive holiday launch. I wanted this so bad because this is another version of Space Cowboy, but it's got more, just less transparent, like it's got less of a base to it and it's more just of that like glittery topper. So pretty. And I love, love, love like that pinky one too. Well worth the discount that I got on it. And then these are just Half Magic eyeshadows. I've said time and time again, if you can't afford the price point of the Danessa Myricks like holiday palettes, they're individuals, but they're always on sale at Ulta one way or the other. I feel like these are a really good alternative for that really shifty duochrome effect. If you don't want to pay $100+ for a eyeshadow palette and you just want like 1 or 2 shifty shades, you can get these at like $10 each, which is expensive for eyeshadows, but these have these beautiful like reflex to them that you can't really That's what you're paying for. That flip, very worth it. I really like these guys. And then the last one in here that you're probably like, Lauren, what is this? This is the Monsters Book of Monsters. This is a collaboration with She-Lamb and Harry Potter, and I got this because it's the little spider book that does that in the movie, and I love this little guy. I haven't fully used it yet, but the color story is a little bit more warm, but still very pretty. And I think that this is really cute, like, little detailing in there with, like, the glasses and the Hogwarts and the wand and the 9 3/4. I like this. This was really cute. So I got that. Okay. I think that's all of my eyeshadow palettes. Let's move on to face products because I have a lot of that. So this angle is probably not the best, but I'm going to pull everything out anyways to show you guys because the movers are going to be taking the plastic containers. I don't know. I guess I'll do it in like order of operation so it's easier for me to keep up with. But first things first, I do have only 2 setting sprays. Both are from Milani. This is just the matte one that I use as like a finishing spray, and then the dewy is what I use like after I like put my powder on to kind of revive and hydrate my face. Primer, I have a couple of those. I think that's almost all of them, right? Yeah. So I really love a good tubed primer, because it's easy. You can get all of it out. These are most of them. The One Size Oil Sucker, I enjoy this one, but I think I'm going to love it more when we move back down south and humidity exists, because up in upstate New York, you don't really get much humidity. The Dr. Brandt Luminizing Primer, this one I got in Ipsy, and I'm still trying to figure out what season this works for me in. So that one I'm holding on to for now. This is a freebie I got when I did my full face of e.l.f. video, and I ordered from the e.l.f. website. I'll leave that link down below for if you want to watch it, but I like this one more than the original because it seems like this one's just a little bit less tacky, a little bit more watery in my opinion, and I prefer it more. These are my holy grails right now. I love this stuff, the Yummy Skin Glow Serum. It smells amazing. It's got a little bit of tack. It's got the shimmer in it. It's got hydration to it. It's like an all-in-one for me for winter. But then the Milani one, this one I've used quite a bit of, but this is the Supercharged Dewy Primer. I've been using this on days where I forget to moisturize before I do makeup, and this acts as like a primer and moisturizer in one. It gives such a good amount of hydration. It's kind of like cheat the system, and then I pair it with, if I can find it, with the Halo Glow for extra glow. So this together acts as like a more moisturizer version of this, but I still love this more. But this is definitely one that I can see myself grabbing again. I'm like actively working through this pretty fast because there's definitely an air bubble in there. So there's less product in here than what it looks, but I love these together. This is just like a glowy highlight situation that you can use in foundation, under foundation, with primer, with moisturizers, with the whole shebang really. So we love those. And then the last primer I have in here is just the Vanessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm in Universal, translucent, whatever you want to call it. I really like this stuff, but I think the Oil Sucker has surpassed this for me. This used to be my holy grail, and I'm hoping in the summertime I use it more because I don't want to neglect this because it's not cheap. Foundation. We got a lot of those. First thing here is this LA Girl Pro Mixing Pigment. This is blue, which helps neutralize yellow tones. I swear by this stuff because if you are a neutral undertone, a lot of times foundations can pull too yellow or too pink, and this helps offset that. And I love this stuff, so I will always have this on hand. I'm thinking about getting the white pigment because sometimes I buy things a little too dark, and instead of tossing it, I'd rather mix in a lighter pigment. We have the e.l.f. Soft Glam Foundation, again from that full face of e.l.f. video. I really like this stuff for $8. It's a good one. I don't think it wears as long as some of these other ones, but for $8, you can't beat the finish that you get. My Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin. This is still in the box because I haven't needed to open it yet. I've really been enjoying the Fenty, what is this one? Soft Lit Natural Luminous Foundation. This might replace this as a holy grail. I'm not going to lie. Not sure yet, but strong maybe. I've really been enjoying this one, and I do still love this guy. It's the foundation that has like the glitter in it. Well, it does have glitter, but on me, I'm so pale. You don't see it because I essentially have the skin of a killer, Bella. The About Face foundation. This is what I mean where things can pull a little too yellow. So like this in comparison, this looks a little bit more yellow. That's what I would use that blue pigment for. But the About Face foundation is $22 and it's really, really good. The only thing is if you don't like those like doe foot applicators, then you probably wouldn't like the way to apply this. I don't mind it, but I do get where people are coming from because it's a little bit less sanitary. This is the matte, the soft matte foundation. This is my go-to summer one from Fenty. I'm in the shade 125 in this one. And then 120 in the soft lit. Just because this is a tinge more yellow, which I pull a little bit more golden in the summer when I get sun. And this is a little bit more pasty, pretty much. And then I have two more. This is the Keys Soul Care. It's like Skin 2-in-1 Concealer and Tint. This is like a tinted serum situation. I really like this, but again, if you don't like the doe foot applicator situation, you're not going to like this. I like that this, even though it's a tinted moisturizer situation, it's got more coverage to it than your standard tinted moisturizer, which I'm into. And this is what I've been focusing on, and I really like it. I just don't know if I'd go out of my way to buy it from their website, because you can't get this. Oh, I hope I didn't break nothing. You can't get this at like a normal retailer like Ulta or Sephora. And then this is the Bare Pro Self-Perfecting Matte Liquid Foundation from Bare Minerals. I got this as gratis when I worked at Sephora, and I have the shade 10 Neutral. I really like this guy, and I think I'll really enjoy it in the summer. Don't know if it's going to surpass my Fenty Matte Foundation, but it's a good one. I have 3 concealers. Natasha Denona's one I'm actively panning. I'm scraping the sides. The one size, I really like this one, the Turn Up the Base. I wear the shade Fair 3, and then 2 Neutral in Natasha, and then the Surreal Skin concealer from Makeup by Mario. Not my favorite. I don't love this as much as the foundation, but it's not bad. I have the shade 120. I have, 5 powders? 5 single powders, and then I have 2 in this face palette back here, but I'll talk about that later. Right now, I'm painting this Lunar Beauty one. This is a Franken powder. I'm about halfway through it. But this has a mix of One Size, Lunar Beauty. I think there's ABH in there at this point. I actually like it more that it's a Franken powder, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy this powder again because I have the Fenty Beauty one. I have the lavender powder because I am so fair that even universal shades like this originally, when it was the Universal powder and not a Franken powder, still can oxidize my foundations. So I have learned that brightening powders that you use to brighten up the face work to set my entire face because I'm that pale. I love this stuff. If you're fair and you find that your loose setting powders oxidize your face, try the lavender powder because it's not purple, it's still very white, but there is like a lavender hue to it that offsets the yellows. Another one that I'm using right now that I've been enjoying is the Halo Glow setting powder. I use this mainly to just brighten my face. It works really well in conjunction with the Franken powder. Not one that I'd probably buy again because it just doesn't, like, it gives the radiance like the Hourglass powders, but the finish isn't the same. It's a little bit drier than the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, but I am enjoying it while I have it. This Natasha Denona High Glam Powder Foundation. I love this. I've only had it for a little while when it went on sale, but I'm obsessed with this. I have the shade Neutral 1. This is a really beautiful powder. It looks like liquid foundation on the skin because I feel like powder foundations will always have a bit of a powder look to it, but it gives coverage and it doesn't look cakey like powder foundations sometimes can when you have drier skin. And right now I have super dry skin just because it's the winter time and my skin's going through like a quarter life crisis. I love this stuff. Like, I would choose to wear this over my foundation sometimes. And then it does come with its own little, like, pad. This is the softest little pad ever. I love this thing. And this does pop out. Like, it pops out right here. And then you can just replace it, which I absolutely love. I can't put it back in. Hold on. There we go. I like this. This is beautiful. And I love this component. Like, it's a little bit bulky because it's a powder foundation, but it's not super bulky. And then the last one's e.l.f. Perfecting HD powder. I use this as a finishing powder. I love this stuff. If you want to dupe for the NARS like light reflecting powder or the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. This is that for you. I love this stuff. I don't know if this would create flashback on someone deeper than me, but if you're pale as hell like me, this could be a good alternative, and it's like $6. The only thing is, why are we doing this? What are we doing here? Why not make this just a very slim compact like this if you're not going to put a powder puff in here? Not that I want the powder puff. I use a regular brush for it. But like, what are we doing? Why make the component like this when you can save on plastic and just make it this? So I have 4 powder compact singles. The Buttermelt bronzer from NYX. I have Buttercup. I think it's like the lightest shade. I love this. It has a bit of a rosy hue to it, but it works really well with blushes. I love this thing. It's so good. It's right up there with like these like higher end ones. The e.l.f. one's really good. It's like a tried and true. Oh my goodness. It's like a tried and true from the drugstore. Not my favorite. The Buttermelt's way better. But you bet your butt, I still enjoy it. Then my Fenty one's my holy grail. I love this. This is the perfect like light tone for fair skin. It's not too warm. It's not too cool tone. It's the perfect thing. And then my Natasha Denona one. I think this is getting phased out. I am currently panning this one as well this year. But it's a good product. I hope if she is phasing this out, I hope she is either updating the formula or just coming out with something new entirely. And then we have 4 math. It's hard. 4 cream or liquids. So I have the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. This used to be a holy grail of mine. This is actually the product that got me into creams and made me realize that they are good for your skin. So I love this one, but it's way better in the summer for me. But this one's the newest one from the brand. This is the e.l.f. What is this? The Bronze and Contour. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. I have the shade Fair Light, which I think is the second shade because I didn't want like the cooler toned one. I love this guy. This is a really good one. I'm not going to swatch everything, but I'll swatch this one just to show people because it's a newer one. Again, that like perfect, not too warm, not too cool tone. It's so pretty. And then my holy grail is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in Bright Side. Again, I need to pan this one. Once I finish my Franken bronzer, I think I'm going to try and pan this because it's just older and I love buying a new one of these. This is my second one. And then Franken bronzer. You know her, you've seen her, we love her. I actually really do like this. This is a mix of LYS's bronzer and Hope and the Sephora contour stick in Fair Light or something. And I just put it in here, mixed it, melted it down, and it's the perfect bronzer tone. Okay, if you see my cat, he's just gonna chill with us. But I had to just put everything else on the floor because I was running out of space. But first things first, blush. This is just a magnetic palette I got off Amazon, and I depotted a bunch of my blushes. Most of them were magnetic. Actually, all of these pans were magnetic. These are from Ofra. These are actually repressed from the Bare Minerals bronzers. I just put them in here. They're super old. They're like 3 years old, so I wasn't able to fit everything in here, but majority of it. These are from KVD. These are actually from Ofra. This one I had to repress. This is my Fenty highlighter. It broke. If my cat would move. Sir. He said I'm in the video. It's the Demi Glow highlight. This is the remains of the product. But in my mind, it's like now I have 2 of the highlighters, so I'm panning this one because I have a whole nother highlighter now. And then this is NARS blush in Torrid. So these are all my blushes pretty much. And I have a type for sure. But this, now that I did this, I am so happy. It's less clutter. I still obviously have a lot, but I really, really do love that they're all in here. The only other powder blush that I have is this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Suede blush. Suede powder blush in Baking Cakes. Again, the fairest shade. Just a pretty nude blush. Very, very neutral, but I love it. I'm so sorry if you hear crinkling in the background. My cat's in a bag. And then the other face palette, I'll just go ahead and talk about it. The Hourglass one. This is the Dragon palette. Again, I have a review on this palette if you want to see. I'll leave it linked down below. But this is from Hourglass. Again, I got this with Ultra Points, so I love it for that, but these are the ambient lighting powders in here. I'm gonna go through those so fast. But I'd rather go through those when I got this with points versus buying a $60 powder. Not that I'm afraid to buy a $60 powder if it's good, because it is. But we love to have the minis. 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlight. This bronzer is a little gold for me, but when I share it out, it works, and it actually works beautifully with everything in here. I love this thing. I want to use and abuse this because I absolutely love every shade in here, which is very rare. And then we get into creams. Couple liquids, though. That's a highlighter. These are from e.l.f. They're the Camel liquid blushes. I really like these. This is Dusty Rosé and Peach Perfect. I love these. These are go-tos for me. I still want to pan them. And I would revisit purchasing these again, but not right now because I'd want to work through some stuff. But I will say, of all my blushes, like these two are my most used. This is Peach Perfect, and then this is my depotted ABH blush in Latte. It's the most beautiful neutral blush. And I am panning this one because it's old, but I would repurchase it. And same thing with this. I'm going to try working on it. You can kind of see some windowing in here from scraping the sides. But these are my go-to blushes on an everyday basis. And then I do like that one for a little bit warmer pink. These little mini Rare Beauty blushes will last me a lifetime, but I still do really like them. Joy is a really, really peachy one. I'll at least swatch these for you. It's like a very bright orange, but it shears out very beautifully. Virtue is more of a peachy beige. This is another go-to for me. I just love that tone on me. I love a good warm blush. And then Encourage is actually more of like a pinky lilac-y mauve. Way more cool toned, but again, it pulls very beautiful on my skin, which is surprising. And I love that Rare Beauty started doing minis of those because one, they're cute. 2, they don't take up a lot of room. 3, they will be so easy to travel with. And 4, they're going to last me forever anyways. These are all from Say. I got these in a whole holiday set. This is like a mauve, like a warm mauve-y pink. This is in the shade Chili. Baby is this baby pink, which I don't go for baby pink, but that one is a really good mixer with other shades. And then this is my favorite. This is the shade Flirty. It's limited edition. I hope they bring it in as like a summer shade because I love that shade so much. I've got LIS blush stick in Focused, a warm pink. Not my favorite, but I do enjoy the formula. I just wish it wasn't as shimmery as it is, but that's fine. This one from e.l.f., the monochromatic multi-stick. This is in Bronze Cherry. I actually really like this. Very, very pretty. This is the Give Beauty Dewy Plump Collagen Cheek Tint. A more like berry tone. I love this in the fall and winter. It's so pretty. And then also like sheared out on the eye. And then this is new to me. I haven't used it yet. This was gratis when I worked at Sephora. This is Glassy Papaya. I don't know about this one. This is getting too like Barbie pink for me, but I'll try it. But yeah, I really like my liquid blushes. I don't need any more of them, but I do enjoy the ones I have. And then we have highlighters. I have a lot of highlight. I don't need this much. But it is what it is. I already showed you the Fenty one, so I'm not going to show it again. Rare Beauty, we've got Mesmerize It Broke. I would like to pan this because it's more of like a silver highlight, and I don't go for silver too much, but my favorite from the brand is Exhilarate. This is more of that like champagne-y gold. Love that one. Becca Champagne Pop. I love a good mini, but I would pan this because I don't know. It's hard. I go back and forth on this one because it's such a perfect size for travel that I love this little guy. But I don't use this like I used to because I like my other ones more. My other 2 powders, this is Peach Quartz from House Labs. Very beautiful. It's got like a really pretty sparkle to it. And then Pink Amethyst. This one's actually my favorite because it's got a little bit like a flip. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but you can kind of see it in the pan at least. And then I have 3 creams. My Danessa Myricks Dew Balm is the one I'm panning right now. Surprise, surprise, we do have a pan. And then this Natasha Denona Hygiene Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. This is like a putty texture, so that's why I consider it a cream. You can mix this in with foundations. You can put it on the face before or after primer and then put foundation on. I use it as a highlighter. I don't really care for this, honestly, but I spent like 20 something dollars on it because I got it on sale, and that's money I spent. But I do like how thin the compact is. And then the last one here, this is the Glitter Puck from Half Magic. This is a Dopamine Sparkle. She came out with a silver one, which I do like, but I don't need a silver. But this is just a really pretty, like, super sparkly, sporadic glitter moment. So fun. These are for body and face, and I use this for every concert, every, like, festival. I love this thing. And then the last main thing besides lip products that I'll briefly go through, this is kind of like my odd and end stuff. It's like the junk drawer of my beauty. I've got some like odd and end stuff back here. So like my magnetic compacts for my blushes. I'm keeping them because if I want to travel with individual blushes, I still have the compacts. But I don't know. I might... Oh my goodness. I might never put them back in here because I really love that magnetic palette. This is just an excess magnetic palette. I have another small one in here from Tarte. This one, it's gross. But again, if I only want to take a couple blushes with me, I can just do that instead of the full palette. My cellar water. I love this stuff. My little brush cleaner pad. All of my reusable makeup things. Little makeup cleanse pads. Little makeup remover pads and stuff. I know this is the knitted bag to like wash stuff in. I just leave it in here. I just wash them individually. Have some backup brow stuff because when I go and buy a pencil, I just buy 2 of them at one time, so it's less to buy as frequent. But I do have 2 that I'm using, and then my brow gel. That's my brow routine. Keeping it simple. Mascara. I have 2 that I'm working on. We have the e.l.f. Lash and Roll, the Rare Beauty Volumizing Mascara. But I have this one from Tarte, the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. I've wanted to try this. I got this as gratis and I just haven't opened it yet. On and stuff, spoolies, razors, lashes, magnetic things for my magnetic palette. Lashes if I need something for an event. The last time I wore lashes was the military ball that my husband and I didn't wind up going to. Daily brush cleaner, which I have a small one that I leave on my table and then I just refill with the big one. All of my random sponges in here, my clean ones. This is a water activated UV Festival Suva Beauty liner palette, Hydra FX Body Art palette. I like these for fun eyeliner moments. I don't use it a lot, but again, festivals, concerts, stuff like that, parties, I pull this out for that, just something different. But I don't do a lot of liner to begin with. These are just little freebies I got. Again, will be really fun with like a look. And then all my singles. I've got the like 5 original Moondust singles, which are Solstice, Glitter Rock, Cosmic, Space Cowboy, and Lithium. They've come out with a couple new ones. I want them all. I do. I love those things. But I don't need them. But if I was gifted them, I wouldn't be mad. This is from Essence. This is a multi-chrome flake. These are really cool. I really like these. They're like $6. A little gel pot. You gotta let them dry down. But I do really like this. I also have these Dazzle sticks from KVD. This is Dusk Rush. These are really cool. Ignore the stains from the blushes. Again, super duochrome, shifty ones. The green one is called Tornado Haze. Really, really fun. And then the last one's my holy grail that lives on my desk. This is Hell Surge. And you can see I've used it a lot. Let me try and swatch it. I just use my brush and dig in it and for my inner corner mostly. But I love these. They're super shifty. Really cool formula. My NYX glitter glue. Always keep something like this on hand for super stubborn shadows. And then all my liners. The multi-chrome ones from ColourPop are so flipping good. I love these guys. I've got some on-in ones. Like these are from Farrah brushes I got in Ipsy. This Ulta one gel eyeliner is really nice. The Makeup Forever ones are really good. I really like these. And then the Shockwave one, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm allergic to this formula or not, because every time I wear these, I think my eyes water, which is a sign that they don't work. So, we'll see. Okay, and last but not least is all of my lip products. I have like 2 e.l.f. lip oils in my makeup bag. One that's like the solid shades, and then one other one that's like, oh my gosh, is like a sparkly one. These are their new ones called the Glow Revivers. I love these lip oils. And so I have 2 sparkly ones. I have like a brown nudie one and then this red one. But other than that, and then my lip balms that are in with all my skincare because I use them for my bedside table. I have 3 of the Fenty lip balms. Other than that, this is all my makeup. Or all my lip products, I should say. I don't have a lot, and I'm okay with that. But I have the Urban Decay Vice lipsticks. These are some of my faves. I have a couple of cream, a couple of mattes. The Milani Fetish mattes. I used to have like almost all of them, and I've slowly whittled it down. My favorite 2 are Secret, because it's a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. I love this guy. It's like such a perfect pinky nude for me. It's My Lips but better. And then Tease, which obviously it's one of my faves. It's like my go-to nude. I love it because it's not too like yellow, but it's still warm. And I find that I don't look good with yellow based like nudes, but this one's that good in between. And then here's a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, so I can show you what I mean. Like, come on, they're basically the same thing. This is a little bit more pink, this is a little bit more nude, but on the lips they're the same thing. A bunch of lip liners. My favorites are unfortunately from Morphe, because we don't like Morphe, but Makeup Talk's one of my faves, and I know these are supposed to be a dupe for like MAC. The ColourPop ones, these I want to try and pan this year, but I do have a couple of their newest, like their newer packaging, which are all favorites of mine. So BFF and Oh Snap are probably my most used lip liners of all time. And then BFF 2 will probably be another fan fave of mine. But the ones from Makeup Forever are really good. These from Lunar Beauty are really nice. I have Doodle and Blushing. But yeah, Morphe and ColourPop are my faves. I have a couple back here from e.l.f. that are really pretty good. 2 different kinds. We have the cream ones. I don't like these. These are too creamy. I use this one in the Pantone Color of the Year one, and this brown does not look good on me. So I'm probably going to get rid of it. But I'm holding on to it because I'm like, maybe with the right lipstick it'll work. And then this one's a hot pink. This is the Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner. And I got this in hot pink because I thought this would be a beautiful hot pink lip. Because I tend to use lip liners for lipstick because I got little bitty baby white people lips. And this I thought would be the perfect way to have a fuchsia without having a full-on lipstick. It's just easier for my little baby white people lips. This little She Glam one I'm trying to pan. The Fenty Lip Scrub. I don't even know if this is still a thing anymore. Got this in Ipsy. I really like this thing. Game changer for my makeup routine. I got some on-and stuff, like this was from Gratis, the Clinique Black Honey, this Sephora lip gloss thing, which is really pretty good. The e.l.f. lip balm, the like viral one. This is actually pretty decent. I don't mind it. Wouldn't buy it again, but I don't mind it. The lip stains from e.l.f. are pretty good too. These from Lawless, I got this little trio, right? This is a Franken product. We're not going to talk about it. But these are such a scam. $27, and I have to take the stopper out to use these because you don't get any product out if you don't. They're not that great. They're overhyped. And then the last thing, the newest thing for me, this I got as a free gift as a diamond like point perk at the end of the year. This is Toy With Me, and it's the liquid lip colors, the vinyl lips from Urban Decay. I really like this formula. I put this on and this sucker did not leave my lips until I used my micellar water. So it goes on and that shine will stay on, but it's like a liquid lipstick. I kind of would like this in a red, not gonna lie, but I got a nude to be safe and I really do like it. But yeah, my favorite lipsticks, I feel like I have a type. That's my lip products. I like that everything fits in here and there's no excess. And yeah, that's my entire collection besides like brushes and stuff. But I have extra face brushes that stay up in my top drawer of this thingy. Or this thingy so you can see my hand. But what I do is I got this at TJ Maxx. And all of my eyeshadow brushes are in the front. And then every week I'll go through and switch out my face brushes. Like these I should probably switch out for clean ones. And then once I'm down to like my last set of face brushes, I go and wash all the other ones and then I cycle them that way. Because I've learned if you rotate your brushes out weekly or at least switch them out or wash them weekly, then you're less prone to breakouts. And as someone who's like has acne prone skin, switching them out on a routine basis has really been helpful. But as my brushes break, I'm not buying anymore because I would love to get it down to just having like a week or two worth of face brushes so I can alternate between those. Because having a bunch of brushes is ridiculous when you are one person. But yeah, so this little thing has been great too. But that's it. That's a lot of stuff to talk about. And who knows, maybe if I do an updated collection tour like this time next year, and there's Harley. Hi. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Good talk. Good talk. You want to snuggle? Don't you chew that. Don't chew my wire. We're gonna fight. Yeah, maybe I'll do another updated collection tour next year, and it'll be even smaller of a collection. Who knows? I'm excited to see and kind of keep up with it. So, if you like this video, then I appreciate you. And if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you even more. You got to see Harley in action and impatient as always. Because she's just an impatient little fluffy butt. The other one's gonna come over here. Is she gonna come over here? I'm just gonna turn you guys so you can see her. No one ever gets to see her. Char. Oh, nope. Where are you going? This is a rare sighting. I feel like no one believes me when I say I have a second cat because she is like so quiet and just shy. But not him. He's just proud. Okay, anyways, we're done. Okay, I am filming this outro. I'm filming this outro immediately after my intro. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and follow. Don't forget to do all those things. Let me remind you to remind yourself so you don't forget and I can see you here in the future. Keep in mind that I am like a very, very small content creator. That's not the reason why I have this a little bit larger collection than like a normal consumer. It's just because I used to have a really bad shopping addiction and I am actively working on it when it comes to beauty stuff. Mainly because I'm really into like feeling product and like playing with product and learning about formulas and stuff like that because I'm a nerd. So I collected stuff over the years and I've been like slowly getting better at it. So I hope that you at least enjoyed what I do have. And I really hope to see you in the future. So, I'm going to hop off. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, whenever you're watching this. And I really do hope to see you in another one. So, bye.